Welcome back to Newsviews. I'm Tanya Babich. My guests this morning are Bethany Gomez, Managing Director with Brightfield Group, an analytics and research group focused on cannabis and CBD, and Scott Wells. He's the Vice President of Talent Acquisition for Cresco Labs, a cannabis and medical marijuana company. We're going to pick up our discussion on the recruitment side of things. What is it that you're looking for in a candidate? Clearly, if you need a lawyer, you're looking for somebody with a law degree, but even beyond that.
Yeah, we're looking for good people. We want people who are motivated to be a good citizen of a corporation and a good citizen of the community that they work within. Any company that is out there hiring today or whenever, you're always looking first at, what does that individual bring to your company, and what can you provide that individual as far as growth. When you find a good marriage there, then you can figure out what the skill set is and how they best fit the organization and how they can help the organization grow, and you can help them grow as well.
It's such a fast-moving environment that, not only do you need those people that are really highly qualified, but they have to have that hustle. They have to have that spirit. All companies operating this industry are startups, and there is no playbook. We are building these things from the ground up. This is an industry that's coming out of nowhere, so you need those people that can really go after things, that are really willing to put in that extra level of effort and really strive to build something out of nothing.
Do you have any advice for job seekers?
Yeah, tell me about what you're good at. Talk to us about what skills you possess. Talk to us about what you bring to the organization. And to Bethany's point, you've got to take out your own trash when you work for a startup, right? You've got to literally do your work and clean up at the end of the day, because it's a startup organization, so you've got to have that extra drive. And that's what we like to see from incoming employees.
Let's look ahead to the new year. What do you expect the demand will be for recreational marijuana in Illinois?
Well, in the first year, we expect first year we expect the market to clear $300 million, and that's including a bumpy ramp-up period. They're certainly going to have a period where demand outstrips supply, but as these markets first open up, there's always about an 18-month period where we get all of those forces aligning. So very strong demand starting out, $300 million market next year alone, with the potential to reach more than $1.2 billion by 2023. So this is an industry that starts January 1 but doesn't end there.
Okay, and then some Illinois communities have said pot is not for us. We don't want this in our communities. Do you expect any lingering stigma to adversely affect the industry?
There's going to be bumps for sure. You're going to have roadblocks as the industry continues to grow. And again, to Bethany's point, it's going to take 12 to 18 months in a state like Illinois, selling rec, for the business to kind of find itself and level out and figure out where the best operating locations are. Hard to predict if those communities who've said to this point that they're not interested in having cannabis in their community will change that. But time will tell, and as the industry grows and I think as the industry proves itself out, maybe some of those communities will come back.
A lot of politicians have been really counting on the legal marijuana industry to bolster their finances and to become a new revenue source. Now, what does this mean for Illinois long term in terms of income?
It's a great boon to the tax base. We've seen in states like Colorado and in Oregon and other states that have legalized early on a great deal of tax revenue that's come in from those markets, and that's just a benefit that can be reinserted into schools, into police forces, into places that really make a big difference for citizens.
Do you expect that any of our neighboring states might follow suit? That maybe we're the leader in a trend in the Midwest?
We're neighbored by a lot of states that are very conservative in nature and are far behind us in terms of marijuana laws. States like Wisconsin and Indiana and Iowa have relatively low usage rates and are relatively conservative governments and are unlikely to follow suit immediately. Michigan is also going to legalize January 1, and that's more of a comparable market.
Scott, a quick question for you in terms of diversity hiring. I know that there are some concerted efforts, especially on the city's part, to ensure that people communities who might have been marginalized in the past for opportunities have a chance to really, develop their professional lives around this industry.
Yeah, absolutely, and we take that responsibility very seriously as an organization. We do partner with multiple outside firms to assist us in ensuring that we are, bringing on the best, most diverse, employee base that we can. I think most people realize that having a diverse, the right amount of diversity within your organization just makes for a better company, period. In addition to that, where we can, make an impact in neighborhoods or areas within the city of Chicago especially that have been, adversely impacted over time, that helps us, it helps them, and it's a big focus on what we do.
Okay. Bethany, Scott, thank you both.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.
Great to be here.
That does it for Newsviews. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC7 Chicago YouTube channel.